today. He has been in the whole entire world speaking in stages with the greats like Les Brown, with the greats like Zig Ziglar, with the greats like Jim Rohn, and so many others. He's gotten paid as much as $1,000 per minute. He's written books and spoken all over the world. His area of expertise is mixed in ministry, motivational speaking, and business development, all in the same exact element from one stage. I've had the privilege to meet him back in 2017 on a stage. And next thing you know, it just became a relationship of a lifetime. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for you to experience him right now, because he truly is an experience. Ladies and gentlemen, it's breakthrough time with the one and only Dr. Stan Harris, aka Dr. Breakthrough. Take it away, Doc.
Hey, man, it's a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure to be with each and every one of you. This meeting was so good. Let me tell you how good it is. I signed up somebody while listening to y'all talk because y'all got me so fired up. And so anyway, I tell you what, it's just incredible. I want y'all to, I'm going to give you what a Dr. Breakthroughism, AKA writer downer. Okay, this is real simple, but get this real quick. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Oh, come on, somebody. Let me say that one more time. I mean, is anybody out there like me, like you know there's some things you don't have together. It's like, but guess what? We may not have it all together. We don't even have to have it all together, because together we have it all. When you look at each one of these speakers and each one of them, the ingredients that they're bringing to the table, I mean, I'm like Matt, man. I got the habit of the rabbit. I'm going forth and multiplying. Come on now. I mean, James Feldman, he was so good. I told my wife, baby, hurry up, get online. She's writing a book in there in the other room now. I said, listen to this guy while you're doing your book, right? So anyway, I just want to say, I got to slow down. My wife, she always says, baby, just breathe, just breathe. Because I'm like the kite, she like the string. So like, big boy, just come on down for a minute here, right? But again, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Sandra, for what you have created. And I'm so glad, Tim, that Sandra caught your eye. you thought you was coming here for one thing, but she got you for another thing too. But anyway, so, and thank you for each one of you. Hey, one of my guests is on also, Adele Foster Glenn. Oh my goodness. This lady's got a powerful message, and thank you for joining us. Abimbla, I see you on here. Thank you. His name, Born in the Wealth. I appreciate him. I saw him the other day. But anyway, so real quick, I'm just going to talk for a few moments. I'm going to give you some breakthrough team building principles slash how to serve your way to success. Come on now. So breakthrough team building principles. Now, when I came aboard here, the understanding was I didn't have to recruit. Tim said, now we won't mind if you do, right? But anyway, for this last month, we were number one in recruiting, but number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 were people either I personally bought on the team or somebody that they bought on the team. And now it's even better seeing some of them even speaking here now. And so each and every one of you, matter of fact, I had to apologize. I'm gonna have to apologize now, Tim. We got so many great speakers now. We don't even have enough to have every great speaker on, right? We gotta start having more meetings because we got some. I mean, I've been part of companies where like I was the only guy who could speak, and like everybody else put everybody to sleep, right? And now it's like, oh my goodness, every speaker and it's like, again, putting together a car on the assembly line, and each one of these speakers giving us the pieces that we need. And I just love it. And so thank you again, each and every one of you. So real quick, let me give you just some simple things, well, let me start off with illustration. How's that? That'll cut down on some of the speaking. Matter of fact, here's the thing for those of you who are speakers, what you hear, you tend to forget. What people see, they tend to remember. What they experience, they never forget. And so I create an experience that people won't forget, especially in Florida. Now, Matt, I'm looking forward to your demonstration because I got a demonstration too, my brother. And you and I, we're gonna have some fun here. But anyway, so I want to create an experience. First of all, let me demonstrate what I do as Dr. Breakthrough. First of all, I always give a disclaimer. I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when you practice the principles, God Almighty provides the breakthrough you desire and deserve. And what's a breakthrough? It's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. So real quick, here is like the average person. I think you can see it. It's kind of, well, I got some order here. Let me demonstrate. Like this is the average person. and this is you or me or whatever, okay? And this water is a symbol of life. Now, here's what happens. People all fired up. They're all excited. You can't even see my flame, can you? What's going on here? Let me move this off to the side. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it. Okay, I guess I had to. Okay, so this is people, right? And here's what happens. Throughout life, like a guy like me's talking so much, it blows out the flame. Right? You got to keep on. All right. So here's the illustration. So watch this real quick. But this picture's life. And in life, tough things, rough things, and what happens is they get dumped in there. Oh my goodness. And now they're all wet. They can't even get going. They're stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. They're just, and so here's what I do in a nutshell. I ignite or reignite a passion of people for life, for love, for the Lord, and for business. And here's what happens when we come together. Oh, that flame is bigger. That's what the great discovery is doing right now. And sometimes in life, they're like doing everything they need to do. They're like Michael Whitehouse, I'm trying all that. I'm just not working. And James, and Tanya, Ali, folks, all you got to do is hang around the great discovery. Because even when your flame doesn't seem to get going and you're so wet, you had so many problems in life and so many heartaches, you just got to get close enough to us and bam. And now when we all come together, we burn brighter. But sometimes in life, watch this now, you know what I found out? I don't have time for this. But this thing that won't light by itself, give it about a day, it'll dry out and it'll be able to. But in the meantime, just go off our belief. So what I do is I ignite or reignite a passion in people for life, for love, for the Lord, and for business. So real quick, let me give you three breakthrough team building principles. Now, what would qualify me to teach on this? Probably because I'm the only guy in the world who is the #1 income earner and #1 recruiter and 3 businesses simultaneously when people all taught you can only do one thing at a time. And one of those businesses, I personally sponsored 988 people, and it blossomed into 1.5 million people. And I was the international training director. I wasn't even supposed to recruit. I just love what they did so much. I couldn't help but tell people. See, I'm an evangelist, and that means a spreader of the good news, the gospel. But there's also good news in business and life. And so I had to spread that as well. And so, and we wrote a book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, because people kept begging us. And we've been paid as much as $1,000 a minute to teach people on some of those principles. And of course, today, Tim negotiated a great price for each and every one of you. So don't worry about it. Here we go. #1, if you want to build a big team, it doesn't matter. Now, again, obviously, as long as you got something good and so forth, and here's how you can serve your way to success, because Jesus said the servant is the greatest of all. And that is this. #1, put down the word conviction. I'm going to give you 3 simple words, 3 C's. 3 C's. #1 is conviction. Conviction. So you have to have a conviction, first of all. I love what Michael talked about, integrity and so forth. And if you're not on his morning motivations, make sure you get on those. Some great stuff, man. It's free. I mean, that's a great price. And he did one the other day. It was so good. I actually put it on my Facebook post. But about integrity. So, but you got to have a conviction. Now, watch this now. So the greatest book ever written puts it this way. It says, I believe, therefore have I spoken. Watch this. I believed, therefore have I spoken. In other words, when you see the word therefore, look to see what goes before. Why did he speak? He spoke because he had a conviction, because he believed something. Watch this now. It says, I believe, therefore have I spoken. Now, here's what it says. We also believe and therefore speak. Oh, come on now. Let me say it again. I believe, therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. So here's what happens. A lot of times when I speak places, they say, man, people say, I'm joining you, man. They say, you are so convincing. I'm like, wrong. I appreciate you, but that's not, I am not convincing. Here it is. I'm convinced. Watch this now. See, and when I'm convinced, when I speak from a place of conviction. And when I speak from a place of conviction, people that hear me are convinced, but they're not convinced because I'm trying to convince them. They're convinced because I'm speaking on what I believe from a place of conviction. Now, if you know what I just said, Ali, please interpret that and say that again for me. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying. It starts with a conviction. And one of the ways you get a stronger conviction, get this now, is by listening to other people that have a conviction. See, every meeting like this you can get on, I guarantee you one thing. The most important thing about showing up in a meeting in Orlando, and I don't mean any harm, is not the speaker so much. It's the conviction that you're going to end up having about this business and about this concept and about what the great discovery, which, by the way, I call it the great breakthrough, because when you say discovery, that's breakthrough, right? But that's going to be the most important. I promise you, my friend, there's not one single thing, get this now, more important, more powerful than a conviction. And when a person has a conviction, by the way, that's why I follow up on people that tell me no the first time or the second time or the third time or the fourth time. Why? Because I have a conviction. I know something that they don't know. So I'm treating them like they're saying no because they don't really understand. And so I'm going to just share it this way. And then, okay, I'm going to come and share it this way. Okay, now an opportunity works up. I'm going to show it this way. I mean, the lady I signed up today, she was too busy. She couldn't be on this meeting, but I'm texting her, talking to her through text. And I'm like, you know what? And so she's like, you know what? Okay, let me get started now and then. But I can't get on that meeting. I'm too busy right now, but I'll just take a minute, stop right now and get signed up. I'm like, okay, that's only if you want your message in more languages and you want us to promote you to other people, right? Well, she finally saw it. She's been just so busy, but she finally stopped. But why would I do that? Because I have a conviction. I know what the great discovery can do for somebody. And so you have to get a stronger conviction, and your conviction is going to get strong when you hang around others, my friend. And like I said, you may not even have a fire. But honey, you hang around us long enough, you will be on fire. And like I said, one of my things is, again, I'm going to ignite and reignite a passion of people for life, for love, for the Lord, and for business. But when you have a conviction about something, my friend, it rubs off on people. It's a language. Even if you don't speak their quote unquote language, they pick up on your conviction. And that's a thing you got to have. Number two, you got to have compassion. Write that down, compassion. You've heard it said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, listen, my friend, the language of love is so powerful. I believe, by the way, if you really care about people enough, that if they don't see it the first time, if they're not like a guy like Michael Whitehouse who said, there's some issues here, but this is pretty good. I'm going to sign up now. This is the best time to sign up. Most people don't have that kind of mindset. But look at where it's at now. So again, we're glad that he's on it. And by the way, we're glad for James Penny, by the way. James Penny, who talked to a guy named David in Israel. And Israel says, well, I know this guy, right? And he's super busy though, but I know this guy. And that guy happened to be Michael Whitehouse. And then Michael Whitehouse connects me to this guy and says, I don't really know this guy, but looks like you guys have a lot in common. His name is Dr. Obin Bowen. Oh yeah, that's the guy that in one day had 12 people sign up, 11 or 12 or something like that. Folks, I'm telling you, you got to have a conviction. Watch this now. It's not based on who you know. It's based on who you know and who they know. So you never know. So write this down. Here's a Dr. Breakthroughism, AKA write her down. Every big fish, or small fish knows a big fish, and every minnow knows a whale. Hello, let me say it again. So you just don't know. By the way, oh man, I'm having so much fun. I used to say if folks wouldn't pay me to speak, I'd pay them to listen. But I just love, because some of you, I know you're going to get it. And I know for some of you, I'm over the top, and that's okay, my friend. I'm just for the ones who can handle this. But here's what I'm saying. It's going to take conviction, but then it's going to take compassion. So my style may not be all the way your style, but guess what? You can't resist my conviction. You can't resist that I do it out of a heart of compassion and I care. By the way, how do you get to care? You do it like I do. Well, you can choose to do like I do. Every morning when I wake up, I pray to the Lord, and I ask the Lord, number one, Lord, love yourself through me. And I say, Lord, love Nadia through me. And I say, Lord, love me through myself. And then I say, Lord, love my clients through me. And I pray for my whole team with the greatest Lord. And by the way, my whole team is the whole company, right? I got a part of a team, but I got the whole company success line. But you got to have compassion. People got to pick up that when they're talking to you, that you're not trying to sign them up to sell them something, but your selling is based on really serving them something, and you're serving at the highest level. And that is, my friend, I want to empower you to be more, do more, have more. Like Dr. Harris, that presentation he did was off the chart. Again, every last one of you, your presentations were off the chart. And here's the key, my friend. When people know that we care, even if we don't say the exact right thing, they still pick it up. When you have a conviction, even if you don't have the right words, if you don't know how to totally promulgate your esoteric cogitations and articulate your superficial sentimentalities with amicable and philosophical psychological observation, but if you speak with conviction and if you have compassion, they still get it. There's a attraction, there's a magnetism. Byline can tell you that. So anyway, these two words, and here's the third one because my time's running out. I got to go. It's you got to have conviction, you got to have compassion, then you got to have number 3, commitment. Commitment. Because it's always exciting in the beginning, usually, but it's when the excitement dies off. That's what separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. See, here's what I teach champions. Here's what we do. Our breakfast, lunch, dinner, and sometimes snack is called self-discipline. So we learn to do things when we feel like it. We do things when we don't feel like it. We just keep doing things until we do feel like it. Oh, that's good right there. That'll give somebody a breakthrough. See, here's what I'm saying. You got to be committed. Commitment is something that keeps you going long after the joy and the excitement of the firstness, newness, beginning wears off. And if you want to build a team, my friend, if you could just have conviction and your conviction gets stronger, my friend, the more, if you're brand new, I would listen to a presentation, get a copy of the presentation, listen to it every single day. Why? Because that's going to communicate, and eventually it's going to hit you deep inside. It's not what it's not what you quote unquote know, and it's not you getting it, it's when it gets you. See, some of you, you're in the great discovery, but the ones that are super successful, the great discovery is in you. Ooh, come on, somebody. And the more you attend meetings like this, the more you're studying, the more you take that Great Discovery International course. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you. So you got to have the conviction. You got to have the compassion. You got to care enough that when your quote unquote feelings are hurt because they told you no, or they didn't jump in like you thought they would, you find another way of coming from a different angle of showing how it solves a problem. One of the companies I was a top earner with, I used to travel with a corporate jet with the owner, and he had a book called Guaranteed Prospects, and he used to say, everybody needs to get a copy of this book except for the next speaker. He said, this guy about to speak, we call him, his name is Dr. Stan Harris, we call him Dr. Breakthrough. He said, this guy, I don't know how he does it. He can sell ice to Eskimo. He said, guy can recruit people at will. And he said, he's the only one that doesn't need my book. But everybody else, y'all need to get a copy of my book. I will get up to speak. And I said, listen, I call his name out. Sir, thank you for your kindness. I don't think Eskimos need ice. But if they want to get ice, I'd really rather them get it from me first before they get it from Christine or from Esther. I mean, I don't mean no harm, but anyway. So I said, and I can't recruit people at will. I listen and I watch. And when I hear people talk about their struggles, and when I see the problems they're having, I simply present my business or my service, here it is now, in light of its problem-solving capabilities. So I'm not so much a salesperson per se as a problem solver and a solution provider. However, when I help solve problems and provide solutions, I get paid, and I deserve to get paid. Deserve is a word Danish, comes from two words. D means from, serve, service, from service. Whenever you provide service, you now deserve to get paid. Watch this now. And when you realize you deserve to get paid, you become like a magnet and you start getting paid. Now, it's not about the money, it's about the mission. But when you fulfill the mission, you can't help but make the money. And every day, by the way, I say money flows freely and frequently from expected and unexpected sources in exchange for the value that I consistently bring to the marketplace. And the Great Discovery is one of the greatest leveraging tools that you can use to bring value to the marketplace. Everybody ought at least want to be a learner. I used to travel and speak with Jim Rohn. He made it famous when he said, a formal education will help you make a living, but personal development, self-education, that'll help you make a fortune. So we have the course. But then A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people need to make some extra money, and they need a good, strong affiliate program. They want to be an earner. Well, we've got monetized e-learning. And then there's people that say, look, I've got a message. I know this message could help somebody. Matter of fact, let me give you one more, Dr. Breakthroughism, AKA Writer Downer. Through the Great Discovery, we're going to take you as a speaker, as a coach, as a lecturer, as a content creator. Here it is now. We're going to take you from being one of the best kept secrets to being one of the best secrets people can't keep. Oh. Come on, man. Let me say it again. I said, we're going to take you from being one of the best kept secrets to one of the best secrets people can't keep. So listen, when I have a conviction and I know this and I have compassion, listen, my friend, and I got a commitment, guess what, my friend? People are going to be attracted. People are going to come aboard. By the way, one of the things I do is practical, and I got this from Dr. Herbert, watching him, Dr. Herbert Harris, is I watch on there and give people credit, some of my folk credit when I see them on there. But not only that, one of the things I do, I adopted this from even watching him, and this is a different thing from what he does, or maybe he does, I don't know. But I'll see some of my folks aren't on there while the meeting's going on. I text them, say, hey, maybe something came up, but we're missing you. This meeting is awesome. You don't want to miss it. Jump on. And it's so funny. I'll start seeing them jump on, right? So follow up with people. Do that, my friend. But listen, you can build a team bigger, better, and faster than ever before. If I can share my screen as I close out, there we go. I showed this before. Let me show it one last time as we close out. So here, I love it, the Great Discovery, where it's not a network marketing company. By the way, if you love network marketing, you'll love this. If you hate network marketing, you'll really love this new powerful education, monetized education model. See, we don't have an upline. An upline is like a boss, like I'm in charge here. No. And then the upline is like working the downline, right? And so they think they're in charge of the business. It's almost like a boss. The difference of corporate America and most quote unquote network marketing companies is just a difference in name. Right? So here's what we have. We have what's called a success line. That's each of us create the success for the rest of us. So the leader we call the senior success line. They're not above us. They just got a few steps ahead of us. And the quote unquote downline, no, we call that junior success line. They're just a few steps behind us. And the business model is not I'm in charge or you're. The business model is we are in charge. And so the great discovery or the great breakthrough is, again, we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. So come on, bring your strengths, and let's all come together. Let's learn from each other, admonish one another, help put each other on fire. And my friend, together, again, we'll be able to burn, not just burn, but burn brighter, longer. Let's do this thing. Let's build a team bigger, better, and faster by serving our way to success. Who could I serve? What content creator could I serve and help them to break through the language barrier and break through the not having the affiliates to sell their? What person could help them to break through so they can learn some things, so they can do more, have more? What person could help to break through and earn more? So God bless you, my friend. You're at the right place at the right time. I hope you have the right frame of mind. Most importantly, take the right action. If you're not a member, become a member. And if you are, get fired up. God bless you.